Hello, everybody. It's story time with Teacher Gabe, and today we are reading A Unique Start from 6 Feet Apart, a book about returning to the classroom during a pandemic, which we are going to be returning on Thursday. Let's see, and this is written by Emily Quendo and illustrated by Hina Mahmood. All right, let's see. All right, everyone knows that the end of last school year was wild, but this year we will start things with a new and unique style. The time has come and we're finally back at school. Yay! We know this whole idea is crazy, and some people may even say it's outrageous. However, life must go on regardless of whether or not a virus is contagious. This year, we've taken some measures to help us get off to a safe start, even if it does have to be from 6 feet apart. Masks. Masks are the first thing you'll notice that may seem a bit weird, but your friend is not wearing a mask to hide his cool new beard. It is important that you wear your mask over your mouth and your nose. This is the only place that it goes. The mask should be worn while walking through the hallway and even while sitting in your seat. Don't be silly, the mask is not to be worn on your feet. When not wearing your mask, keep it someplace specific. Your teacher will likely give you a mask storage idea that's terrific. Gloves. Some people may be wearing gloves, and that's okay too. The purpose is to help them stay safe while they do their job and help you. When you wear gloves, you may think that you're a mime. It's okay to practice those miming skills. You just can't do it all the time. For some people, opening doors with a glove may become the new norm. We can think of gloves as part of a new superhero uniform. Hand washing. Everyone will wash their hands often throughout the day because we know that our hands are a place where germs like to stay. If we cough or sneeze, we'll do it into our elbow pocket. That's one of the easiest ways for germs to travel. So, like ninjas, we'll block it. Hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer stations are set up everywhere. You just wait and see. Using them frequently to stay healthy will definitely be key. If you're outside playing and you can't get to a sink and some actual soap, please use the sanitizer before touching any equipment, even a jump rope. When using sanitizer, you must rub until dry because no one wants to be that drippy hand guy. All right, and that was a unique start from 6 feet apart. Next, we have Sniffles, the Crocodile, and Punch, the Butterfly, by Herminder Ohri, and also illustrated by Herminder Ohri. Let's see. In the swamp, on the far side of the far forest, lived Sniffles, the Crocodile. Sniffles was always crying big crocodile tears, or going sniff, sniff. Even his mom was quite tired of him and would say, "Stop sniveling and crying. Start behaving like a crocodile. Go hunt for your food." But Sniffles would burst into tears at the thought of eating another animal. So Mom and Dad had to feed Sniffles every day. Sniffles did not want to be a crocodile. "I'm so ugly," he thought, bursting into tears. He did not even want to live like crocodiles do. His best friend was Punch, a golden yellow butterfly, and Punch wanted to be big and strong. So Punch always had her feeler curled into a fist, saying, "Look out, I'll punch you in the mouth." They made a very funny pair, Sniffles swimming with Punch perched on his head. The other crocodiles would laugh and make fun of them. That did not bother Sniffles. He continued crying, sniffling, and being friends with Punch. One sunny afternoon, Punch settled herself near Sniffles' ear, and told him, "I've seen two men come this way with guns. They want to kill crocodiles for their skins." Don't these men have skins of their own? Asked a puzzled Sniffles. I don't know, Sniffles replied Punch. Tell the other crocodiles and hide. But Punch, they might shoot you. Oh, what will I do? Cried Sniffles, sobbing loudly. People catch butterflies with nets and pin them to a board. My grand aunt told me, said Punch, and flew away. The other crocodiles heard Sniffles crying and shouting, Men are coming to kill us. Hurry, hide. At first the crocodiles did not believe Sniffles, but then they heard the men's footsteps. The crocodiles went deep into the river and left some rotten logs floating in the water. The men shot at the logs, which looked like crocodiles from afar. The men could not see any crocodiles, only hundreds of butterflies that flew into their faces and hair. Shaking their heads and trying to brush off the butterflies, they said, There are no crocodiles here. We will bring nets to catch the butterflies. And off they went. All the crocodiles got together and said, Thank you, Punch. Thank you, butterflies. The next day, Sniffles saw men with nets. He remembered Punch telling him about nets. Punch, the nets! Come here quick! The men with nets have come. All the crocodiles came to the riverbank, and the butterflies settled on the backs and heads of the crocodiles. A few crocodiles made a circle around the men as they came close. The crocodiles snapped their jaws. Sniffles was in front, gnashing his teeth and whipping his tail around most menacingly. The men were so frightened that they took to their heels and ran right out of the swamp. The other crocodiles were very proud of Sniffles, as he had acted like a real crocodile. Now, Sniffles was also proud to be one. All the butterflies flew around the crocodiles, fluttering their wings. Thank you, Sniffles. Thank you, crocodiles. It is all right, said Sniffles shyly. That's what friends are for, to take care of each other. All right, and that was Sniffles the crocodile and Punch the butterfly. Next, we have Looking After Lewis by Lesley Ellie and Polly Dunbar. Let's see. I want to make this a little bigger. Give me one second. All right. There's a new boy at school called Lewis. Lewis sits next to me, and I look after him. He's not quite like the rest of us. Sometimes I wonder what he's thinking about. He often just sits and stares at the wall. If I ask him what he's looking at, he says, looking at, and keeps on looking. I show him my pictures and say, try these crayons, Lewis. He says, try these crayons, Lewis. Then he draws very carefully, so I say, that's good. But I don't know what his pictures are about. Em and I look after Lewis at recess. He runs in and out of the boys' soccer game with his arms out like a ballet dancer. Em and I thought he was playing soccer at first, but he wasn't. He just likes running inside the game. The boys get mad, but Lewis doesn't notice. Sometimes Miss Owley says, no soccer allowed today, and the soccer players stand around and don't know what to do. Then, boys and girls play together for a change. Last no soccer day, we let our friend Sam get on the big tire with us. He wobbled, but we didn't laugh. Lewis was standing really still, just watching, so I called out, do you want to come on the tire, Lewis? Lewis said, come on the tire, Lewis, but he didn't move. Lewis sometimes talks in the wrong place. Yesterday, Miss Owley said, sit up straight, everybody. Lewis said, sit up straight, everybody. We all laughed because he sounded just like Miss Owley. She wasn't angry, though. Neither was Miss Kumar, who sits by Lewis and helps him. They would have been angry if Em or Sam or I had done that. At recess this morning, Sam was showing off with his new soccer ball. Miss Kumar said, Sam has magic feet. Lewis watched Sam's feet closely. Sam said, Do you want to play a game, Lewis? Lewis said, Game, Lewis. Sam dribbled the ball all around the playground, and Lewis ran after him. Sam passed the ball to Lewis. Lewis didn't get it, but Sam kept it going, and Lewis chased him with his arms out. Other boys joined in. If Lewis's foot even touched the ball, Sam shouted, Great game, Lewis! And Lewis almost smiled. Lewis drew a picture all afternoon. Every time he used a different color, he said, Great game! When he'd used every color, he stopped. I said, Show it to Miss Owly. And I took him to her desk. I said, I think Lewis's picture is about soccer. Miss Owly looked very carefully. Let's ask the expert, she said. So I got Sam. Sam looked at Lewis's picture. Then he said, That's the game. That's you. That's me. That's the ball. That's the ball, Lewis said. Just then the sun shone in. It shone through the classroom window. Sam said, Can Lewis and I go outside and practice soccer again, Miss Owly? Miss Owly's eyes crinkled up. She said, Would you like to play soccer, Lewis? Miss Kumar started to take off her apron and put on her coat. I think she knew what Lewis would say. Play soccer, Lewis, said Lewis. Miss Owly smiled at Miss Kumar. How did we guess, she said. Sam and Lewis whooshed out the classroom like water down a drain. Miss Kumar followed them. She had a ball in her pocket already. You never let us play outside when it's not recess, I said. Miss Owly was smiling, but I wasn't, not even a little bit. I put my hands on my hips. Sam and Lewis are lucky ducks today, Miss Owly said. Or Miss Owly, I said. Miss Owly's eyes twinkled and she got dimples on both cheeks. So they are, she whispered. What do you think about it? She looked at me as if she expected my answer to be very wise, so I thought extra hard before I whispered back, I think we're allowed to break rules for special people. Miss Owly put a finger to her lips and nodded, a tiny little nod that nobody saw but me. We peeped through the classroom window at Sam and Lewis's great game, and I felt special too. All right, and that was Looking After Lewis. All right, and that was all the stories I have for today. Thank you guys for reading with me. I hope you guys have a good day.